Good evening, everybody. Tonight, our topic, or this week, I should say, our topic is Anova testing. Anova testing is actually just an abbreviation for analysis of variance. Well, basically what Anova testing does is compares when you have more than two samples. It can be used on two samples, but generally it's easier then to just simply use a two population hypothesis test. So when you have usually more than two populations, and then of course a sample from each, you would use an Anova test to compare them. And what it does is it compares the mean of the variances of each sample to the variance of the means. Now, if the two samples are the same size, this is pretty simple. If they're not, then we have to use a weighted system to do that. Rather than going through the formulas, to be honest, it's been years since I've actually used the formulas for Anova. We're going to do it electronically on the calculator. So what we are going to compare is we are going to compare income, mean income, for three companies. And we're just going to go companies A, B, and C. For an Anova testing, for analysis of variance, the null hypothesis will be that the mean for company A is equal to the mean for company B, which is equal to the mean for company C. The alternative hypothesis, H1, is that at least one is different. So now what we need to do is we need to take our three samples, one from each of the three populations, the three companies, A, B, and C. And I'm just going to enter that right into the calculator here. To start this out, I'm going to go to Stat. And in the Edit menu, I'm going to select the Edit option. It's just taking me to my list. If I had to clear a list, remember, I'd arrow up, highlight L1 here, clear and enter, and that would clear out L1 for me. So what we're going to do, we're going to take samples from each of these three different companies and look at their salary in thousands. So company 1, or company A, first person we sample has 37,000, second person has 32. Third person is 41. Another person's at 29, 48, 35, 41, and 39. So we now have 8 people, 8 salaries we've sampled for that company. So let's move over to list 2. We'll do company B here. We have someone making 48,000, 27, 36. 47, 24, 42, and 43. Notice I have one less in this one, and I'm going to stop there with only 7 in this one. The samples do not have to be the same size for Anova. From list 3, I'm going to do the salaries from company C. It'll be 36,000, 37, 29, 32,000, 43,000, 45,000, 33,000, and 34,000. So there I have my 3 samples entered into the calculator. I do second quit. I'm going to get out of here. Now before I do my test, I should have defined alpha over here. We're going to let alpha be 0.05. So what that means is our rejection rule is we will reject HO if the p-value is less than alpha, so less than 0.05. Remember, we're talking about p-value. We'll always reject if our p-value is less than alpha. So now go back over here. We did second quit to get out of the list. Now we're going to do Stat, Tests, and way at the bottom of the list is Anova. Now, unlike the other ones where it brings up a screen where you have to enter the information, this just brings up a command with the parentheses here. So we have to tell it that we want it to look at list 1. So second 1 does L1, comma. Second 2 enters L2, comma. Second 3 enters L3. Those are the 3 lists I want it to compare. I can do anywhere from 2 up to, I believe, 9 is what it'll take. Oh, sorry, up to 6. Calculator only takes 6 lists, so up to 6 for the calculator. And I'm just going to hit enter, tell it to execute the Anova command. And here it gives me a one-way Anova. My F statistic is 0.17. That's my test statistic. That's like the Z or the T in the others. So my F statistic here is 0.177 if I round it to 3 decimal places. And my p-value is given as 0.839. Now, since that is obviously not less than 0.05, we fail to reject HO. That doesn't mean that we have not proven that the means are the same. We've just failed to gather enough evidence to show that they're different. That right there is the Anova test in a nutshell. So that is it for this week. I will have this posted for you, the link posted for you, so you can view it in a little bit. Any questions come up, send me a message. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, have a great week.